Welcome back to the Make Money Making Videos podcast. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the second ever episode of the Make Money Making Videos podcast. We got Eoin on this morning. We're going a different approach. We are actually going to be sitting down with a viewer, with a subscriber. Last time I was sitting down with my friend Oscar, who is actually a freelancer himself. Today we're sitting down with a viewer, and we're actually just going to reverse the roles here and let Eoin ask me a couple questions, and then we'll let this turn into more of a conversation, and we'll go back and forth on a couple of his points. But first off, Eoin, why don't you tell everybody who you are and just introduce yourself, my man.
Well, hello, I'm Eoin. I'm 16, I'm from Ireland, and I run 2 YouTube channels and a Twitch channel. On my main YouTube channel called Eoin Cuffe, I do vlogs and in my life stuff, but I'm trying to branch out more into tech and reviewing stuff and setup tours. That's what I like to do. Yes, I'm branching out to that.
Awesome.
Obviously, on the second channel is gaming, mostly Fortnite, but
yeah, I feel you.
And on my Twitch, I just stream every now and then Fortnite if I can, because it's from my Xbox, not from the PC, because my PC's not good enough yet.
Awesome. Hell yeah, man. And how long have you been doing all this?
I started in 2015, and I've made so many different channels. I've changed my name so many times, but I was kind of stuck with Eoin Cuffe now. So,
hey man, that's like the template when you start getting into YouTube. It was the same thing for me. I just made channel after channel after channel. I just could never pick the right name. It was always like a thing. I could never settle on the right name, could never settle on the right type of content. And then I've been going personally for like a decade now, pretty much. And that's exactly how it started as well. Is that kind of flip flopping between different channels, not sure what type of content to do or whatever, and then kind of eventually settling on one. But that's dope, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Awesome, man. So let's jump into it, my man. What do you want to know? Let's do this.
There's one thing that I really want to ask that really pops up on, like, say, for graphic designers or anything. How do you deal with clients or that never are satisfied with the work that you put to them? Like, not happy with the edit.
I feel this 100%. And, I'm actually coincidentally dealing with this right now. I'm dealing with a very annoying client. And I actually made a video on this the other day where, sometimes people have an idea in their mind for the project and they don't know how to articulate it very well. So I've even dealt with this in the past with freelancers who are of a different language because they think they're telling me what to do, but things are getting lost in translation. So I'm thinking of a Vietnamese client that I had once, and it is tough. I think all you can do is just kind of bite the bullet, keep going back and forth with them until it's right, and then in the future understand that these guys don't necessarily know how to tell you what they want. So you might kind of either avoid working with a client who kind of gives you the same sort of vibe as this kind of client did to avoid somebody who doesn't really know what they want, or just I guess increase the price on them in the future. But it kind of sucks when you're dealing with someone who doesn't know how to articulate their vision for the project. You just kind of have to just keep going back and forth and kind of attempt to get the best out of this situation. But if you've gone back 100 times and they still don't know what to do, you might need to, I don't know. Maybe decide to walk away from the project even. If it's 150 adjustments, and they still can't get it right either, and they're not accepting, like usually a client will kind of just say
sure.
Exactly. They'll sort of be like, all right, you know what, this is close enough or whatever. But it's tough, man. Honestly, it really does suck, especially if you're tied in and you know what I mean. You really need the money or something like that, and you're trying your best to do this for the client, and they still can't, or they're still not satisfied, I guess. It's a tough situation, I know. But there's not really a template thing to do. It's just keep going back and forth, try and get it right for them. The customer is always right. Like that's kind of the philosophy you do want to kind of keep in this business. That's definitely how you get repeat customers, is just kind of doing what they want. Clients could definitely be annoying though. There's no two ways around it, man.
Yeah, because apart from editing, I also do graphics design a bit, and I got a DM from some guy on Twitter, and I have it in my bio specifically. I'm a beginner at graphics, and he asked me for a mascot, which is like a logo and avatar logo, and I said I can't do that. Sorry, I'm not experienced in that area yet because obviously I don't have an Illustrator, I don't have a digital drawing pad or anything like that.
Yeah.
And he said, why not? I said, because I'm just not experienced in that area. He said, I'm sorry, I can recommend you to some other people. So I just named as some other people. It's like, all right, they're probably better than you anyways. And
Yeah,
I've had
yeah,
loads, my friends anyway, from like, they've been telling me that people think that stuff should be cheaper than it is
hundred
for
percent.
how hard to work on it.
Yeah, 100%. But there's one thing about that, right? So that's happened to me in the past where, I'm a video editor. I'm not an animator, but someone who doesn't understand the difference is gonna tell me to animate some stuff, and that's sort of what you're dealing with there. You're a graphic designer. You're not a sketch artist. So in their head, of course you could do it. You're a graphic designer. You know what I mean? But it's actually a totally different skill. So in that situation, you just need to tell them, you got to lay down the line. Like, and it sounds like you definitely did. You did the right thing. Is not trying to mislead them and say, yeah, I could do it, and then try make it happen, which never works out in my experience. And I've done that before. Is just tell them straight up, just like, can't do this. It is what it is, and it sounds like you did that in that situation, which is what I've had to do in the past with animation based projects. And the price is always looking pretty good. But you said that it's tough to get them to pay what you want, right? Where are you looking for these clients?
Well, I've been trying to get my profile submitted on Upwork. It hasn't worked, so I've just been resubmitting it loads of times. But I saw your video where you did it on Twitter once. Yeah. And you're looking for clients. I kind of just went out on Twitter. I did one for graphics design and then one for video editing, and I got someone, and he like DM'd me back saying, "Oh, cool. Can you send me some of your work?" I sent him some of my work, and then I said, if you need anything, just hit me back up. I can do it for like a low price.
Yeah.
And then mention what prices. I said, but for me, it's euros. So I said like €5. It would be my first proper editing thing, so I didn't want to charge him. He just didn't DM me back. So apparently, I think €5 was too much for him.
Yeah. That's the thing that sucks about the Twitter clientele. The Twitter clientele don't have any money. They're usually just kind of a little bit more on the beginner side or on the more amateur side, opposed to actually benefiting from you actually editing. I think Upwork is what I've found is the best spot to go to, because these are usually professionals or a good rate type of content you can get into doing graphics for example. For you would be YouTubers. They need thumbnails and stuff like that. And, it's just about the nature of the platform. So I think Twitter by nature is a place to hang out. You know what I mean? It's just a cool kind of It's just a cool kind of place to hang out. So naturally, the people that are going to be there are going to be not necessarily professional people, but they're just going to be people looking for a cool place to hang out. You know what I mean? So I think changing the actual medium, if that's the right word, or the actual platform, that's definitely the right word, that you're actually kind of bringing in these clients on. The relationship is different. The relationship between someone on Twitter and a freelancer on Twitter is that of a, can I get a good deal, or can I get a favor? You know what I mean? Like that's sort of the kind of relationship that's started, or the idea that this relationship revolves around. But I think changing the platform that you look for clients on is how you're going to get more money. 100%.
Yeah. I'll go on to another question then. I think we've all that pretty much.
Yeah, definitely, man.
How did you go around getting products for reviews, so companies send them to you and you review the product? How did you go around doing that?
I'll break it down to you 100%. So the first few products were kind of tough, but what I did was I made content based around my topic, so video production. And then I decided probably a few months ago that I wanted to do these reviews. So I already had a channel, which was a base based around video production. And I just decided I was going to start going out there to get products to review, but obviously around my niche of video production. So I already have a channel with attention on it that's based around this video production niche. So I just went onto Amazon and I typed something in. So what do you want? Like, what's a product you want to review?
Like for me, it's more so like with tech, like PC stuff or keyboards. So I've emailed obviously I would buy them myself if I had the money, but I obviously have to wait. I'm hopefully getting jobs and all that to get the money. Yeah. I've emailed like smaller companies like for keyboards that might say, and I can review a product and and tell my audience I can review the product and see if it's good or not, and just get you out there more.
Okay. So what I would do is I would type in gaming keyboard. Let's say I want a nice flashy gaming keyboard. You know what I mean? So I type in gaming keyboard, and I'd see all these things come up on the results, right? And I would just find the company. So it says on Amazon, sold by. So let's say it's sold by RII. I just look down at my gaming keyboard. That's what it says. Apparently that's who made my gaming keyboard. RII. Let's say that's the company, right? RII, I would then take that, copy paste it, and put it into Google. RII. And I'd just see if a website comes up, RII.com or RIItechnology.com, something like that comes up, right? We click on there, we go to the about section, we find their email, and we send them an email. And the main selling point, which is why it was a good move for me to build up my channel before I started doing these product reviews, is the fact that I can state my numbers. I think that's the key thing here. And I can say like, hey, I got a video production based channel. I want to review your tripod, for example, that I'm going for, right? Which is obviously a video production based product. And then I would say, hey, I got 70,000 subscribers. I'm generating 200,000 views a month. And, just little statistics like that. So what I would say to you is
where I kind of need to grow on, because I only have 113. I'm not as much. Maybe that's why I'm not getting stuff back.
Definitely. Like, I'll be 100% honest. 100% definitely. Like, because my channel's bigger, obviously, naturally, they're going to want to send me more things. But you can you can make yourself seem like by just stating your numbers, you could still make it seem like it's a good deal for the companies to send you the stuff. Like, you'd be surprised if you start doing it. You say, hey, I've got, just under 1,000 subscribers, just under 500 subscribers or something like that. And I'm generating a few thousand monthly views or something like that. Right. You just state your statistics and just say how you're a tech-based channel, describe your audience a little bit. And I think no doubt it will take you a little bit, it'll take you a little bit of time to actually build some stuff up. But once you've got a couple product reviews on there, and they can see similar content, you can send them that for an example. And if it's a high quality review, that will act as, something they want. Like, you don't necessarily have to have the most subs and views in the world. If you're still making a quality promo video, which is essentially what this is for them, that you're making them a free promo video. Remember, for them, it's a tax write-off. They don't care. They've got a whole marketing budget. When they give you a free product, they don't lose money. Like, technically they do, but they get to write it off in taxes. Like, you're 16. You don't know how that works yet, probably. But yeah. But pretty much it's a good deal for them as it is for you. Like, trust me. They write it off. It's a business move for them, and it's not like a super loss for them. So I think how you would go about getting more products would be to first review every piece of technology you have in your house. So you've got 10 reviews or 5 reviews already on the channel with, 10 to fucking 1,000 views or whatever. Actually just go ahead and do the kind of, tags right, the title right, get a nice thumbnail for it, everything like that, and get yourself some review videos. So that's what I would do for you, is start off by reviewing everything that you own, and then get back to the emailing. Try and make yourself seem on paper like a channel worth sending stuff to by doing that thing of the just under 500 subscribers with a tech niche, generating a few thousand views a month, whatever. And you could get people hyped up by saying stuff like, "Yo, I'm a actively growing channel." Stuff like that. Like you can make yourself seem like a channel worth sending stuff to by just writing a good email to these people.
It's all along the word, and I think anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'll have plenty of stuff to review on if I need anyways. The amount of stuff I have in my room that I don't use anymore, or I've gotten new stuff for it. Yeah,
see, that's the name of the game for me. I think that's what I did at first before I was even getting products sent to me, and I remember like 8 months ago, I wanted to do product reviews, and I literally thought about buying the products before I even emailed, because I didn't think it would work. And then I started the emailing thing, and the emailing thing just started working. I literally got, I got loads of products in my office right now. I got tons of them. And it's all just from the emailing thing, and from the fact that I did like probably 5, 6, 7 reviews before I emailed anybody on just the equipment I had. Like, I reviewed my Sony a6300 camera. I reviewed my crappy little Amazon Basics tripod. Like, that's something, like, it's just a small little thing. You know what I mean? Like, anything, everything you got. So that's what I would do for you, bro, is review everything that you got right now, and then move on to sending some emails, and they'll already be able to see that there's content there that are based around review type of content.
Yeah.
What
was I going to say? You put me into a word with that. But, like, what I want to ask you, for if anybody, if there was sees on my channel, they're more of tech people. Okay. What equipment do you use, like PC wise? Do you know what equipment do you have? Or
yeah, definitely. So my PC, it's an MSI Infinite A. That's the build. So it's a it's not built from scratch. I didn't build it or anything like that. It is the MSI Infinite A case. I've got a GTX 1070 Ti in there. I got 16 gigabytes of RAM, which I could have done with 32, but it was all right with the 16. I got an SSD, which is 256 gigabyte SSD, as well as like a 2 terabyte hard drive. And what's the other important shit? Oh yeah, the i7 8700K or whatever.
Yeah, no.
And that's it. And then I got a crappy little gaming mouse, literally a tenner off of Amazon, and then a crappy little gaming keyboard, a little rainbow one, again probably like 15, 20 off of Amazon. With the PC, yeah. I went all the way with it. I had to, because I'm on it all day, every day. So I had a terrible computer before, which I've had for about 5 years, and it was impossible to do anything on, man.
Oh, well, I think your PC is better than mine, because what I have currently is I have a 2-core CPU, which runs at about 1.8 gigahertz, and that's like Premiere Pro. It'll run, but like the video will lag behind the audio, so I have to skip back to the video where the audio is.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I only have like 180 gig hard drive, so I have to buy external ones for that currently.
Oh shit!
I'm at 3 gig of RAM, so like it's not the best situation for editing.
Yeah.
After design, it's all right, but editing, I kind of have to. If I have a project, if I have something that I want to do, once I edit, I have to delete every bit of footage I have of it so I can fit something else in.
Yeah, I feel you. Hey, man, I feel the pain. Like, trust me, I feel the pain, bro, for real. I started this whole YouTube channel, and I started freelancing on a computer that was already 4 years old or 3.5 years old. So it was heavily outdated, very slow. Like the week before I got my computer, my new one, I literally had to order it. Like I literally had to. I used this old computer up until the absolute point of destruction, where one day, like the last day that I used it, bro, it crashed maybe 15 or 20 times that day. Like I swear to you, bro, I used to try render things, and the render would it wouldn't be able to make it all the way through. Like I'd work on a 20-minute project for a client, and I'd have to render it in 4 5-minute sections. And even those 5 minutes, you know what I mean? I'd have to render it 4 5-minute sections, and then render it again in 1 20-minute section once it had all, you know what I mean? It was a mess. It was a complete mess. And that was my old computer that I had until October.
This PC to render like a 4 video, which is kind of the content goes on my gaming channel. That's like a 2-hour render.
Yeah.
And sometimes the worst time I do it at like 10 o'clock at night. So then I have to head to bed, and the PC will shut off and it won't render. So the next day I have to turn it on, render it again. So that's another 2 hours added onto it.
100%, man. That's the struggle. That's the struggle we all go through, man. That's the struggle.
I have people told that I'm putting the video out on Twitter. I'm like, yeah, the video will be out in the morning. They have to put it up on Twitter. No, the video won't be out. So
yeah. No. I feel you. It sucks, man. Seriously. And I used to have a gaming channel, so I know about making the gaming content as well, and fucking struggling with it, man. Seriously. Hey, man. All I can say in that situation is you just gotta keep going, man. I was you a year ago, man. Seriously, I was in your position. Just kept going, grinded out the freelance, got myself, put some money aside, got a new computer, actually got things back to it. But god damn it, man, for real. It's a pain trying to do technology-based stuff on a laggy system. It's demotivating. It messes with your head. You could be in a perfect flow and it crashes and it messes up your kind of rhythm, but you just gotta stick it out.
Yeah, because what was I going to say? I've lost track again.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Take your time.
Because like I can edit on Sony Vegas, it'll be fine. Obviously, I want to try and move over to Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
I have like everything on Amazon listed of what I want to get. Like I have every part listed. But that's the worst thing about listing it so early, because things will disappear and then you have to get more stuff, and then everything just comes on top of itself. It gets dearer. The one I have currently now, I think it's worth like €400, so I have to save up for that.
Yeah.
We do a family business where we like my border kennel dogs. We do have that. But
that's dope.
Not all the money goes to me. Sometimes I have to be quick to take the dogs, or else someone else in the family will take it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm 16 now, so I'm able to work. I'm pretty sure I'm able to work full hours, so I'm put my CV out there to get jobs, just to have money so I can upgrade it and do more.
Yeah.
Work and editing and what I want to do.
Hey, I feel that, man, 100%. I think the graphic stuff, if you're not having any problems with the graphic stuff right now in terms of like being able to obviously not have any crashes and stuff, that's the good thing about the graphic stuff is you can do it all on a computer that on video editing stuff, it's so intense, it's impossible because you have to deal with live video. But the graphic stuff, I'll go hard on that, man. Seriously, if you could get some real money for the graphic design, like my friend, I've got a few friends who had a graphic design business just over the internet that's done really, really well. And, making banners for people, making thumbnails for people, charging like, what, 20, 10 pound a pop, stuff like that. If your computer's working for the graphics, I'll get on Upwork, man. You got to get on Upwork.
Yeah, no, I just have to keep resuming my profile every time they get rejected, and maybe just changing a few stuff with like their skills that I'm in. So I changed it recently from video editing to graphic design, so I might change it to something else just to get submitted and then change it back.
Yeah. That's weird, man. I don't know. It's so strange with the Upwork kicking people off because it's literally like never happened to me. So when people tell it to me, it's so tough because I'm trying to give advice on how to handle a topic, a subject that I really have no firsthand experience in, which is not necessarily something that I can do that well. Yeah, I know. I know it's a weird one, man. I'll tell you what. I'll send you a video after we finish up on here that actually might that actually might help you.
Sound
Yeah, definitely. But it's fucking tough, man. So many people have this Upwork approval issue, man. Seriously, it's tough because it sucks because like it is the best place to get work. Like it really is. Like it's got hundreds of jobs posted every day in every field.
Yeah, because I've signed up to Fiverr and like obviously I signed up to Fiverr and just put my stuff out there. And I've checked it like a few days, but I guess people are not going to go. They might not go for a younger person. They might go for someone that's older. They might just
that could be a factor.
Might be age as well that they might not trust a 16-year-old. I guess to edit. So.
It could be a factor, but you don't have to tell them you're 16. Like I'll be real. You like if you think that might be affecting it, just don't say your age. You don't have to lie. You don't have to be like, yo, I'm a 33-year-old man. I'm here to edit, make your graphic. You know what I mean? Like you can obviously meet them halfway. You don't have to necessarily tell them your age if you think that could be a factor. And I think you're right. I think it could potentially be a factor. It could be a factor where people don't want to necessarily pay you loads of money over Twitter. Definitely.
I only have my money as $3 hourly rate because I thought I might as well just start at the lowest point I can. Just
That's fair. That's noble. That's very noble of you. I think you could get more than $3 an hour, man. Though definitely. The freelance game is it's a game where you can charge a good rate, man. Seriously, but it's all about being able to show past work. I think like so much rests on being able to show past work, not even necessarily in work you've been paid for, just past stuff that you've made, samples of your skills. You know, I think for me, when I started getting loads of clients is when I made a video intro. Do you know about that? Know about a video intro?
Yeah, I know about a video intro, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a way to get words across.
Exactly, because it's just so personal. That's the thing, is a lot of people are, you're trying to articulate your skills or whatever in this paragraph of text. And it's so much more effective to just put a video of you, especially if you could do it, and just be like, hey, what's up? I'm Owen. I'm a graphic designer. I'm 16. I'll be real. I'm not the oldest. I don't have the most, experience. If you just kept it 100% real, just be like, but this is my work. I've done this. I've done that. Like, you'd be surprised how if you're just real, like if you're just literally real, people are just like, I like this little guy. Screw it. I'm buy a banner off him. I'm going to hire him for a couple hours of graphic design work. Putting yourself out there, seriously, putting yourself out there, it just seems to work, man, literally.
Yeah, because I've made, like, obviously not making money off it right now, but I've made banners for people and they've reacted to it. Because I know one young chip, the Burn Chip, I made a banner for him, and like I told him on his Twitch like chat, and he realized it, and he said, cool, obviously you might not use it, I already have a guy for that. But he said sick, he can make it anyway, and I've made it, and he looked like he reacted to it live on stream, and he liked it, and it was just that sort of stuff is just getting me out there, I guess.
That's dope. I mean, definitely. I mean, the thing that you could do that's a little sneaky is you can make banners that you've technically, you know what I mean, that you say is past work you've done for other people, but really, it's just some stuff that you've made or whatever. You just say, hey, yeah, I was paid for all these projects right here. I could definitely make you something similar. And it's a little white lie. You might not have necessarily been paid for those projects, but it's, yeah. Yeah. And it shows your skills. It would be wrong to do that if you're stealing somebody else's work and saying, yeah, I can do this. And it was something you couldn't do. But if you're just making a banner and just saying, yeah, I've been paid to do this stuff, it's it's just showing, it's giving you the stamp of approval that you're official, that you've been paid to make some work. But at the same time, it's still showing your skills accurately because it's still stuff that you've made.
Yeah, that's definitely a way to go about it. It's just I kind of have to just get down into it and just get my hands dirty, basically, and just get working.
I mean, that right there is what I did, bro. Literally, is I made a very simple portfolio, my first portfolio, before I even discovered the video intro thing. Made a super simple portfolio on Wix.com. I literally don't even think I paid the money to upgrade it to a .com. I think it was literally a .wix.com with the thing at the bottom saying upgrade your site or whatever. And I just put the 6 projects that I had. Like, I was 18 when I started freelancing, about 2 years, coming up to 2 years now. And I just literally put my 6 projects that I'd made. I'd been paid to do one of them. The others were just projects I'd made for other people, like intros for YouTube channels, stuff like that. And I just put them all up there and said, yo, this is my past work. This is what I've been paid to do. This is stuff I've done for previous clients. And did like a little description about myself, put it on there on one page, and then just sent it to loads and loads and loads of people through Upwork.
Yeah, it's a good way to get it across to people. Just know that even though I might be just a bit of a white lie, because I've seen graphic designers say this stuff's done for like Lachlan or Words or any of those bigger YouTubers. Yeah. And he might not have done it for them. He might have, like, nobody would really know that if you did it or not, unless they're a very long subscriber of that person.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good strategy, because then you get the brand awareness where you're like, oh, yeah, I made this for this person, this big person, that they heard of that. Yeah. Like, oh, wow, yeah, that's cool. And no doubt. I think there's many different ways to do it, man. Seriously, there's many different ways. But I think the main stamp of approval that you need is just to be able to show your skills. If you can show your skills accurately, and they can see, oh yeah, this is the guy right here, and he's doing this sort of stuff. That's why the video intro is so effective, because they see you're talking directly to them, and then you're editing on screen like past projects. So it's kind of like the holy grail of talking to clients and actually trying to get the clients. Because you can also rest assured that nobody else has done it. Like, everyone else is a big paragraph of text, not necessarily the most human thing in the world. And then you're just there. You're like, hey, how's it going? I'm Jack. I'm a video editor. You know what I mean? Boo, boo, hire me. And, it's just super personal. But there's so many different approaches, bro. So many different approaches.
Well, I have one question left. And
let's do it.
That is the best cheap camera you can get.
The best cheap camera. All right.
Best cheap camera.
Let me preface this by saying that I'm 100% more knowledgeable in video editing than videography. 100%. Video editing is the thing I've done for the most of my time. Probably been video editing since I was maybe 10 years old. I've been shooting videos probably since I was 12 years old, something like that. So I got a little bit more experience with the video editing, and I'm more established with the video editing. So I just want to preface that in case there's any camera nerds out there like, that's not the best camera you can get. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a suggestion, which is a camera that I had an absolute blast with, and that is very cheap by all means compared in the grand scheme of things. And that is the Canon 600D. It's a little bit outdated right now, but the Canon 600D is a good camera to start shooting with. And it's actually the first camera that I properly started shooting with. I'm talking shooting actual real stuff. I started shooting nightclubs with that. I started shooting music videos with that. I even started this very YouTube channel shooting the first 5 or 10 YouTube videos with that Canon 600D. And I never owned it. I actually just borrowed it from my friend. I didn't have any money to buy a camera. Like, I'll be real. So I would just borrow it from my friend. Like, my mom used to have a camera that I'd use, whatever the case may be. And, I used to just borrow them. So that would be the one I would suggest, man. The Canon 600D for the nature of I've actually used it. I've had a blast with it. I think it comes in at about $300, meaning it's probably about 250 pounds, maybe something like that. So in terms of a camera, it's really not much. The quality in daylight is phenomenal. Nighttime, you need to upgrade the lens because of it is a little bit grainy at nighttime, but you could still get around that with the ISO. And 100%. It is a really good budget camera. It's not the best one, but it is one that I have firsthand experience with that I feel comfortable recommending.
Yeah. No, that's all the questions that I have for you.
Absolutely love it. Hell yeah. Thank you for being on the second official episode of the Make Money Making Videos podcast, Owen. Tell everybody where to find you, man. Tell everybody where to find you. Shout yourself out.
You can check my Twitter. It's @CuffeOwen. It's an Irish way to spell it. Cuff, CUFFEEOIN. That's CuffeOwen.
Yeah.
My Instagram, which is Owen_Cuff. My YouTube, Eoin Cuffe, and all there will be linked to my other YouTubes. And my Twitch is masked with a 3 instead of the E_YT on Twitch. That's where you can find me. And yeah, that's my main socials.
Absolutely love it. If you guys want to check them out, I will link all that stuff down below in the description. It was a pleasure having you on the second ever episode. I appreciate you asking me some questions,
Thanks
bro.
for having me.
Hell yeah, bro. Take it easy, my man.